You need to realize that if you do not take control in whatever is happening in your life, nothing will change. Your life is not a movie going to be saved by a superhero. You are the superhero of your own life. So it reaches a point where you have to set some boundaries. And people who love and care for you, when you set those boundaries, they will understand. But people who are out there to use you, they will be like, oh, now you have changed. Oh, now what type of vibe am I getting? Because they were out there to use you. So let's talk about it.
Christina?
Christina! Christina's gone.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Join us with a freaking stone. If you're here, welcome to the familia. Yay!
Welcome to the mar. Cerveja gelada, piscina e churrasco. Welcome to the mar. Roda batendo no grave pesado. Novinha descendo na 4x4.
Yay! So this topic is not just gonna be just girl talk. Let me also. I was really rushing to just press play. So let me take a deep breath. So here we go. This topic concerns everyone, and it's just something that I was actually struggling with part of my life, and I have learned so much and I have grown from it. That you need to be grateful about your experiences. They teach you as you grow. So no matter any situation that happened to you in the past, don't beat yourself about it. Make a change in your future and in your presence, so you do not make the mistakes that you did make when you were a teenager, when you were a child. Right now, you are an adult, you have the mind of your own. You are able to tell somebody this and that. You have the mind to set your own boundaries. Your life is not a movie. Your mom is not going to rescue you. Your dad is not going to rescue you. You are going to rescue yourself.
Nobody is coming to save you. Get up. Be your own hero.
So it's either be the victim in your life all the time, or wake up and take charge of your life. So people pleasing has been, it's every battle every person has dealt with and is still dealing with. This week has actually been very, I just took some time off. I just wanted to hear the voice of God. I was just taking my time to relax, focus on God, stay off social media, because sometimes social media can be very draining, and sometimes you just need some time to recharge and to just talk to your creator. And this is just something that I'm still working on it, and oh my God, it has been a journey and I've grown so much. You know, let's start. It's something, it has to do with your past, and when it does to do with your past, you grow from it. So when you are mature enough, when you are an adult, you need to identify your flaws. You need to know that, take charge of your flaws and correct your flaws. That's just my number one rule. If you know you have a flaw, change it, correct it, you know. And I'm not, there's this saying that always goes, no man is an island.
Happiness is inside of all of us, right? Sometimes you just need someone to help you find it.
There was this something that my cousin actually posted, which was very much important. I actually thought the quote was it actually really stood out for me. Do not be in the world that you do not need people. I'm not gonna lie, you need people. Jesus needed the help of man when he was going to be crucified. That there was a man who helped him carry the cross. So if Jesus needed man to help, who are you to say, oh, I'm gonna self-isolate, I don't need anybody? You are gonna live a very depressing life. You need people, because you needed people, yeah? As I was saying, my cousin said, you needed people to carry you when you were a child. Very much true. You will need people to bury you when you die. So definitely you need people. But at the same time, you need to realize nobody has the same heart as you. And sometimes what you dish is what you get. You need people, but at the same time, they are 10,000, 50 billion, a lot of people all over the world. At the same time, you do not need people who do disrespect you. You do not need people who treat you like you are not a normal human being, like you are a servant. And you don't need those people in your life. You need to grow and realize that you do not have to be in a situation where you are not appreciated by somebody. You have the ability to set your boundaries. You have the ability to put a stop of how people view you, and you have the ability to cut people off if they do not respect your boundaries.
The people pleaser side, it's the person who just agrees with everything. It's like no conflict, no polarity, just agree. If I'm the most agreeable person, I'll be the most likable person, and people will want to be with me. Tell me
they
something.
do not respect you as a person, and you have the ability of going out there and meeting 50 million people out there who will give you great experiences. Okay, as you notice, like when you are a child, you have a friend, and some people I do give credit to the friendship that have stayed longer throughout childhood. But as you notice, when you grow, you get to find new friends. So it doesn't mean your entire life should depend on somebody. It doesn't mean your entire life it's going to be about people pleasing, saying no to yourself and saying saying yes to somebody else. So one thing I learned about people pleasing, I was telling you the story about my childhood. If anyone, if you learned in the same primary school like with me, we were with this high primary school was really performing. Number one thing about people pleasing, I was saying, when I was in my primary school, I went to a very brutal primary school, and it was actually, I still get shook, traumatized a bit. That as a child we had to go through all that. Those people who schooled with me way back in primary, you know how traumatizing it was, how much you were being beaten until you faint. Like a teacher will be like, I'm gonna give you 100 kings, and they lock you in a cupboard. It was just kind of like very torturous. And as a child, I was so traumatized, I almost committed suicide, but that's the story for another day. I actually tried to, but I thank God that I did survive to see another day. So after that, my mom is literally my superhero. In a way, my mom has sacrificed so much for us.
Mom, I'm so grateful to have a mom like you. Caring, loving.
Even when she took me to this very expensive school in high school, which was actually belonged to the Germans. It wasn't Kenyan school, it belonged to the Germans. And the people there were like kind of posh, like kind of very bougie. Anyone who we learned in high school with, you used to know, like if you were not cool, you are like secluded in a way. You have to get into it, you have to get into it. And I was new to this world, and that high school was actually day school. So I was new in this high school. I have been in boarding literally half of my childhood, and I'm here out of the world in day school, but I didn't know how to associate with people. So I wanted to blend in. I wanted to be liked by the cool people, by the cool kids in the school, and it totally backfired for me. So one thing I realized, you need to stop making excuses for those people who disrespect you, who cross your boundaries, who treat you like shit. You need to stop making excuses, because for me, I used to think, okay, this girl is treating me a certain way because she's going through something in her life. She's doing this because of this and that. But at the end of the day, I am thinking about her, but about her feelings, about what she's going through, so that I don't have to fight back. And this girl doesn't give a shit about you. She's gonna treat you like shit because of what you allow. So what you allow, how people treat you, you are the one giving them. You are the one saying, okay, you can cross the boundaries, you can treat me how you want. It doesn't matter how the person is. The person can have like 1,000, like 1 million followers, and you can have 150 followers. The person can be a freaking like well-known, very rich, and you are the person, the person, and you are not like that. You need to realize there's this saying, every person is beautiful on his or her way. For a good example, a rose and a lily. Some people prefer roses, some people prefer lilies, but it doesn't mean that the lily is ugly, but the rose and the lily, they stand out in a different way. So one thing, you have to stop being insecure about yourself, because if you get insecure about yourself, you will be feeling like you do not deserve good things. You will be feeling like I do not deserve great things.
Why don't you like you?
I'm shy. Afraid of conflict. I always want to have peace with everybody, but that's not working because
It's not natural. Key for everyone, you're never gonna get along with everyone all the time. All of us here, we're all equal, but are we all the same? No. Do we all have the same favorite movie? No. So there's conflict. If we were to all agree on, hey, we gotta all decide on what our favorite movie is. Conflict.
And you'll be allowing people to treat you because you do not love yourself. Love yourself. You are a miracle to yourself. You are a beautiful person. There is only going to be one you in this world. You will stand out to somebody else. A good example, when you go to a place and you see like a beautiful girl, you'll be like, oh wow, this girl is pretty, and then you walk again, you say, wow, this girl is actually pretty, and then people are beautiful in their different type of way. Identify what your beauty is like. I'm not gonna lie, not everyone has dimples.
Yes!
See? You see? Not everyone has dimples. I have dimples. That's what makes me beautiful. I stand out because of my dimple. You will stand out because of something else. Somebody else will stand out because of something else. Because somebody is beautiful and you do not feel like that, honey, you are beautiful in your kind of way. And you do not have to, if somebody doesn't see that, if somebody doesn't appreciate that, that person is not a friend. Because somebody who loves you, somebody who respects you, somebody who cares for you will not treat you like shit. And if a person is using you, when you tell them you are hurting me, when you tell them you are doing something to offend me, they will be like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't realize. But if somebody is benefiting from you, that person is gonna get offended.
If you're working on healing your people pleasing and you don't know where to start, I'm gonna give you your action items for the week. I want you to first write down all the places where you feel like you're extending yourself in order to meet others' needs. So this might be taking extra meetings at work, taking on a new project at work, going to dinner with your friends when you're really tired. And I want you to find opportunities in this coming week where you can start to say no or ask people to actually meet your needs instead of always meeting their needs. When my clients are healing their people pleasing, they often think that they need to make some big decisions and say no in big ways in their life. But I always remind them is that you started people pleasing in small ways and you end people pleasing in small ways too. When you say no to a project, when you say no to going out to dinner, and you just start to choose yourself more, you're going to start people pleasing less and less along the way.
You need to learn that people do not have the same heart as you. I used to be so naive. I used to ask my mom, oh, why are people treating people like this? How comes, like, I will never do this to somebody else. I'll never do this to somebody else. But at the end of the day, you need to know that nobody has the same heart as you. And it's okay. If somebody doesn't have the same heart as you, you cannot keep pouring to somebody who's not giving in to you, because that pouring is gonna leave you empty, it's gonna leave you drained, it's gonna leave you frustrated.
Because I do this time after time after time. I do all this shit for other people, and then I wake up and I'm empty. I have nothing.
And the worst thing is somebody keeps you keep pouring on that person, and you still keep staying there making excuses for that person. Oh, he's going through that, but that person doesn't see you as a kind person. That person doesn't see you as a sweet person. That person sees you to be easy to manipulate. You don't have to be bitchy. You do not have to be mean. You just have to set your boundaries, and you have to stand strong of what you want. Because if every time you say yes to somebody else, you're saying no to yourself.
People pleasing is actually really selfish behavior. And I know you're probably like, no, but how is that selfish when I'm trying to put others before myself? You know, I'm probably sacrificing my own needs, but really you're doing that because you're trying to control the narrative, either of their reactions or how they feel about you. So really it's actually selfish. What's not selfish is to put yourself first. And I know that sounds contradictory, but when you put yourself first, you allow others to put themselves first, right? And you don't take it so personal when they do. And then when you put yourself first, that means you're really taking care of yourself. You can truly be of service to others without sacrificing yourself because you're trying to control a narrative. You're just being of service because it's what you want to do. But you can only do that if you are quote unquote selfish. People pleasing is actually like
self. It's like, I do not deserve it. I do not need it. That person deserves it more. That person needs it more. It doesn't have to be like that. Some point you have to be selfish. We live in a very selfish world where there is a lot of manipulators. And if people realize your weakness is people pleasing, those people are gonna feed and suck the living daylights out of you until you will believe that there is no good people left on this earth. And believe you me, there are a lot of amazing people. There are a lot of remarkable people on this earth. You need to walk, and that's why you do not have to be in a place where you're not celebrated, where you're not appreciated, and you're going to tolerate. You do not deserve that.
Screw being nice, be real instead. Authenticity over being nice. And that's where you're nice by choice, because you feel inspired to be nice, versus, oh, I have to, or else. Use niceness to escape negative emotions. Use niceness to get approval. Ugh. And then what also happens going deeper is that people sense it. They sense that it's fake. They're not dumb. You might trick them a little bit, sure, but after a while it's like, ugh. And ultimately, you come off as having no personality. You're just a mirror of that person. Like, you might think that's what you want. Like, a people pleaser sounds pretty nice if someone always agreed with me. Really? Maybe at first, but how boring would it be after a while?
Toxic people are not picky. A toxic person is the type of person that will... Wait, I was just checking. I almost be like, what? whoa, hold up, don't tell me I've been talking and this shit hasn't been talking about. I was like, yo, so toxic people are not choosy. The reason why toxic people are not choosy is because they are manipulators and they will always look for the prey. So if you have somebody that somebody asks you a question and you're not comfortable, you do not have to answer them. Just keep quiet. If somebody wants you to go somewhere or to do something and you're not comfortable, just be like, I'm sorry, it doesn't make me comfortable and I'm not okay with it. And with true friends, true friendship and getting to know people, they will start knowing your boundaries. They will start knowing this is the type of thing I can ask this person and this person will not like it. So they will be like, you will put a boundary that which will grow your friendship even further and can make you like respect each other. Don't be somebody's minion. Don't be somebody, yes ma'am.
Hey man, that's a nice car. Could you drive me to Elysian Park?
Yeah, why not?
Can I use your phone?
Keep going, or this will do, because it doesn't really matter?
Hold on a sec, I can't hear myself think. It's just a little further, man. Just right up the hill there. Go ahead. No, I'm just right over here. Okay. Yeah. What? Hello? Oh, shit, man. Your battery's dead.
Oh, great. Thanks.
Well, gracias, amigo. Man, it's real nice of you to give me a ride. Most people just say no. Of course, I have been having a lot of luck lately outside of that hotel.
No problem. Have a good night.
Oh, can I borrow a couple bucks?
Okay. Coming this far? Yes, you can.
You got a whole lot there. Can I have it all?
Sure. It's all yours.
God bless you, man.
You are okay. You need to know that no matter what, you deserve everything good in your life and better things are yet to come. So you do not have to be around people who suck upon your energy. You do not have to be around that. You have to protect yourself. Protect your energy. And if you don't like something, change that something. So guys, I want to give a huge shout out to my friend. He is the baddest hairstylist in Nairobi. You guys have to go get, she does everything. She does wig coloring, she does your hair styling, she does wig making. So make sure if you want to get your hair slayed and laid, Hilda is the person. So I'm gonna put for you her Instagram account and her work and see. She's just incredible, okay? She's just incredible. So guys, like and subscribe to my channel. The next topic is gonna be a hot sauce. Tell me what you want to hear. I will tell you so much about story time, about my traumatizing childhood in a boarding school, which it's not something that I'm actually ready to put it out there, but I think I'm healed so much, so I'm ready to do this. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. Always know you are unique, and always know that what you bring and offer somebody in a relationship, in a friendship, or in whatsoever, if that person does not give you back the same energy, walk away. You do not need people people who suck you dry. You do not need to be around people where you keep on giving, yet your cup is running dry. I'm talking to you. Yes, stand up for yourself. Stop being desperate for friendship. Stop being desperate for relationship. Stop being desperate for people to like you. You cannot fit in a room, yet you are clearly meant to stand out. Stand out in every situation. Just know that God will bring the right people, the right opportunities your way to uplift you in a ladder. You do not have to be a bootlicker. You do not have to be Mr. Goody Two Shoes. You do not have to do all that for you to be validated by somebody. No, you do not have to do all that. You have to set your boundaries. The right people will locate you. A grateful heart is a magnitude for miracles. So if your heart is pure, if your heart is grateful, you will always attract the right people. You do not have to kiss ass to get there. Have some boundaries for yourself. Have some limits for yourself. If you respect yourself, people will respect you. And if you do not love yourself, how the hell do you expect anyone to love you back?